Hello everyone, Drew Beckman, Northwestern Illinois field agronomist, and today we're in kind of a fun little demo plot that we did at the El Paso PFR location. And really what we wanted to look at is we talk a lot about defoliation due to both foliar fungicide or funguses, disease, just kind of how that impacts grain fill, especially late season. So kind of to demonstrate that, what we did was we came in at Tassel right after pollination, and we did kind of 3 different studies where we basically, you can see here, we removed all of the leaves below the ear leaf. So again, you can see that the ear leaves are still there on these ears. We then came in and left the ear leaf, but we removed all of the leaves above the ear leaf, and then we removed basically half of all foliar material on the plant. So remember that when a corn plant tassels, it is not going to make any more leaf material. So we basically took off half of the leaf of every leaf to kind of show a 50% type of a defoliation, and then of course we left some that were completely unimpacted. And the really cool part is, we look at an ear board, you can see that we see a marked difference in grain fill and tip back based on how much of that leaf was removed and where it was removed. And I think this really kind of keys back to when we talk about our ear leaf and above for foliar disease development and losing that synthetic area, photosynthetic area that is making food to fill that ear. You can see how much tip back we saw when we took that much out of it. Now again, I understand that 100% defoliation above the ear is very rare, but even we see, when we look at just half of that defoliated on the plant, even throughout the entire plant, that it did impact ear length pretty severely. And of course, in our control was what we're seeing pretty consistently throughout the field. The other thing too is we can see when we look at our ear leaf and below versus the ear leaf and above, really where we are feeding that ear from. Right, our ear leaf and below, we know we can lose some photosynthetic area below the ear and still be able to have a high yielding corn crop. Whereas if we start losing that photosynthetic area above the ear, again, it's dramatically reducing that length of that ear. Really, I think this comes back to the point, or the true point, that once we lose photosynthetic area in a corn plant, once we lose leaf tissue, we will never get it back. And that is a part of why controlling foliar disease, which is going to impact your level of leaf matter, is so critical, and doing it before we see the disease and before we continue to see symptomology that reduces photosynthetic area. So again, just kind of a cool little study we did here. If you ever have any questions, talk to your local Beck field agronomist. Thanks.